Hi everyone, this is Dawn Grabowski and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life in Limbo. Limbo is the uncertainty, and that's what the word is defined as. So for some people, life in limbo is dark chocolate or sea salt chocolate. For some, life in limbo is red wine or white wine. For some, life in limbo is which guy to choose, which girl to choose, or for those that are bi-curious, whether it is a guy or a girl. No judgment here. I live and let live. Enjoy life. But see, my life is in limbo, not only with the kind of chocolate that I pick here, but with my career. See, for those of you that may not be aware, I am a sit-down comic because I'm not qualified to stand. And being a sit-down comic, that has brought me into a world that is really interesting to me. And what I'm starting to realize, unfortunately, even though it's starting to break my heart, is I'm not sure that I belong in the sit-down comedy world. But let me go through some of the factors. For one thing, I'm not qualified to stand. I can't stand. So that's part of it. It's like, it's stand-up comedy, and I'm a sit-down comic. So that's one difference. The other difference is I'm a woman. And although it's getting better, there are more women in comedy now. But for the most part, most of the comedy world is 90% white males. Again, don't fit in. So although my perspective is quite unique, I don't feel like it's been embraced by the comedy community as much as I would hope to. And one of the things that I'm learning with my life is I've always been a person that pushed through, and maybe it's because of my disability, but I've never been one to give up, and I've never been one to walk away, largely because I can't. But what I'm starting to realize is sometimes it's better to do that if you don't feel like you belong in that world anymore. And I love the people that I met. I found they were very interesting people, but I had a very different upbringing than they did. I'm not a big drinker, not opposed to drinking, not opposed to having a good time, but I'm not a big drinker, and that's kind of what I found in the world. Never done drugs, not interested in doing drugs. And I had a mother and a father that loved me unconditionally, and although they had their ups and downs, my childhood was regular. I hate to use the word normal because I don't know what normal is anymore. But, I just come from a very different world. So, life in limbo. One of the things about life in limbo is uncertainty. And one of the things about my life in limbo right now is I'm trying to figure out if I still belong in the stand-up comedy world. And I'm starting to wonder if I do, because for one thing, trying to find an open mic that is close to my residence, that is accessible, is nearly impossible because every stage has steps. Most of the open mics don't have parking lots. So in that regard, I have to figure out transportation. And because they don't have parking lots, it's a long walk. So if I were even able to drive myself, I would exhaust myself if I was on my crutches. And if I wanted to bring my wheelchair, I wouldn't be able to get my wheelchair out of the car. And then we have the whole other issue that we talked about previously, about the fact that if you park on a main street and you are slow getting out of the car, you're either going to lose your life or you're going to lose your car door. So make the choice. Life in limbo. Car door, yourself. Car door, yourself. That's why I'm in a transition in my life and choosing to do webisodes and choosing to do more speaking engagements and more acting, going back to my roots of acting, because as much as I enjoy the open mics and meeting the people and hearing the different people's point of view and other people's humor, so I do enjoy that aspect of meeting the people and talking to the people and hearing their jokes. But I'm at a point where I need to make choices because open mics for me are more expensive than the average person because I have to figure out transportation. I have to figure out how to get on the stage. I have to ask for help. And when you're on a budget, you have to make choices about what you can do and what you can't do. And I'm trying to get myself out there. And if you're a newer comic, a lot of the contests don't want to give you opportunity. So there again, you're putting in money and you're not getting the opportunity. And here again, I'm not complaining, I'm not bitching. I understand that you have to put in time and effort and be passionate and put in your work. I have less experience as a comic, so I get that. But as a person who is on a tight budget. Well, I'd rather do videos for you guys and have the opportunity to express and have a dialogue with you than do an open mic, because it balances out in terms of money. Here again, if you like this video, please hit the like button below. If you want to hear more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button below.